Hi, everybody. I thought I put my link for the live today last week. I went to go, got my tea, went to go log in, and it wasn't there. I'm like, what the hey? You don't have to put free because you can't be on this page unless you've been a subscriber, at least for a day. So don't worry about putting bound for free. And it's building up. Here we go. This is what I love to see. The numbers just. I'd like to do some prayers before we start, if you guys don't mind. Somebody put Novato in here. What did they say about Novato? Could have swore I saw someone put Novato. Maybe I was saying. So I was just going to mention, I got a text message from my sister last night, and like 18, 19 years ago, they bought two little twin kitties, two little sisters, just adorable kitties, very well-natured, and lived, because they had bought some kitties before that died kind of young. And these kitties, the one sister died a couple of months ago from kidney failure. And let me tell you, they were devastated. But the other kitties seemed fine, to be doing good. And last night she said Kitty was in the process of dying. Probably heart failure. She said it's breathing, it's not labored, it's sort of in and out of consciousness. So, I'm being told to put this in slow mode. Holy cow. How do I do that? I don't think I can do that. So I haven't heard from her today, but I'm sure they were up all night. They probably just got to bed, and I'm sure Kitty has gone to kitty heaven with her sister. Adorable cats, just sweet as can be. But my sisters told me she swore they're not going to buy any more kitties. And I don't blame her. And, my puppies, I love them very much, but it's very hard to go anywhere or travel. The dogs cost me thousands and thousands of dollars for vets. The dogs have both suffered since Lulu was the baby. She had to have that surgery, $6,000 for her back legs. And I'm just sort of done and dusted with it. As much as I love animals, I can't do it anymore. So, welcome everybody, welcome. No, hey Jeff, how you doing? Not cheap. Hey Steve. Yeah, no need to write free, because if you're on this page, you're a subscriber. Now listen, for my members, we picked 2 winners and announced it, and not one of them got back to me. So we're going to announce the 2 winners from last time, and we're going to do it again because we don't have a show for it. We've got our list of members right there. We just pick two. That's how we're going to do every month. So 2 new ones should be coming up, by the end of this week. I know. So let's pray for my sister and her family. Apparently her boys are pretty shook up that they love their kitties. Let's pray that that everybody's going to be okay. The cat's in heaven, just happy as can be to see, because they were close. 2 sisters. Are you kidding? And it's so funny. They hid all day. And then at night, like a couple times I had to spend the night there. Like when I when that we had the fires up here, I went to my sister's house 5 o'clock in the morning, and I brought my puppies with me. Of course, they don't like the dogs, so they stayed in the back. But boy, when we were all sleeping, here comes the cats bouncing all over the house. It was so funny. Oh, Lisa's here. Hi, Lisa Foster. Equus, hey, girl. So also, I want to say a prayer for Karen Conroy. She's one of our moderators. She's the one that does the notes. Hey, Maurice. She does the notes for us, you know, when I do a show and Nicole transfers it over. Very sweet gal. She's been given there's nothing else they can do for the cancer. Basically a terminal. Of course, you know, I don't believe in terminal because there is such a thing as miracles. But I can only tell you, let's pray energetically for her because those prayers help. Whether she's to stay or she's to go, she's a wonderful person. And she'll probably be wondering if she does go, why the hell is she trying so hard to stay? So prayers for Karen. We love you, Karen. We want you to be okay. So I put the white light around her. And now I want to say prayers for Iran and Israel and all the nations around them. And energetically, I know we shouldn't pray for them. I know it's hard to do that, but we've got to ask for the higher realm for the help. And it's interesting that there's been prophecies about this war. And we've got to ask for the help of the innocents within these places. It's just terrible what's going on, and the innocence of the blood that's being shed. And we need for this person who's an alleged president to be removed, because apparently, I just heard on the news, people who were MAGAs are going crazy because he promised there'd be no war. They did the list of all the promises he made. He didn't come through with any of them. You were going to get a check. You were going to, your credit card interest was going to go down. Gas going to stay at $2. Oh, and they're just livid. There'll be no wars. So that is coming up, you guys. That is beautiful. Okay, hold on one second. We'll get the names for the free winners out of the way in case you guys don't want to be hanging out here. Oh, hi, Deborah Johnson. Hey, Tapioca. I love Tapioca. Okay, so Nicole, do you have the winners? Do you have winners? Oh, see if she's on here. Hey, Frida. And then we'll announce the members this week, this coming up week. And we'll re-announce the two winners that won last time. Maybe you just didn't see it. Yes, exactly, Jeffrey. Release the Epstein files. I don't see her, but I think she's at a game. So she's on. She's looking. My grandson, look at this. She sent me a picture. I told you guys he's tall. Well, look at the kid in the front center. But Jane's behind him, and Jane is kind of leaning down. So it looks like there's two tall guys on the team. This kid, he's in basketball, he's in baseball. And he's growing. So, you know, my daughter can't handle all the costs and expenses to take care of these poor kids. So Nana needs to help. You know, got to change his shoes every 2 weeks. His undies, you know, of course, he'd be terrified. Did Nana say undies on live TV? Okay, so. Ooh, the wind's starting to pull up and it's hot outside. So here we go again with the fires. Okay, 2 winners. Fly Girl 108. Fly Girl, FLYGIRL 108. And Spirit Inkling, SPIRITINKLING. Spirit Inkling. Okay. Hi, David. Thank you, Annie. Fly Girl 108 and Spirit Inkling. Congratulations. What you're going to do is you're going to write me at grindle9103@gmail.com, and in the subject line say free winner, and in the body of it say I won on your show today, whatever the date is, the 7th of March. And here's my phone number, and we'll get back to you with a date, and I will call you. Okay, I think tomorrow I have 2 people to read. Okay, so congratulations. I went ahead and got out my cards for the predictions deck. I haven't talked to our friend in a while. I want to use this deck of cards to see about what's going on with the Iranian bombing. Tell me what I can see with the Iranian. I don't want to give you guys false hope, but I really feel this is in and out. I don't know what that means. Maybe with the stock market keeps falling. It's not falling as bad as it could, but it will. Interesting. Okay, big city. Is that in Iran, or is that in Israel? Or is that in the United States? There's a big city involvement. Security cameras will catch all of this. I keep feeling we got a hit here in the United States. I don't mean to scare you guys, but I keep feeling I can see security camera. I can see it, but I also feel like there's big and more big hits going to happen in Jerusalem. But look at this. Thank you, RR. Taken by force. Maybe that's Trump. Maybe somebody will go in and take him by force. Or it could mean somebody within, because now, he says he wants Iran to pick their own person. Now I've made it so you can go in and choose. And then he says, I have to be involved with choosing. Ugh. Anyway. Okay, so let me look at my regular cards, my Morgan Greer. Morgan Greer, tell me. Tell me. You know who's been on my mind is Edgar Casey. I wonder if he's coming around me at all. Edgar, if that's you, help me read everybody with only truth. We don't want wishful thinking. We only want the truth. And you can give us the bad news. We can handle it. One thing Edgar Casey was saying, oops, I did drop one. Hold on. One thing Edgar Casey was saying is that, when you live in fear, you disrupt your whole energy. That can kill you, fear. And we're all kind of living in fear right now because we're afraid of what's next with that crazy man. Hey, Oregon. Okay, here we go. Here's an offer or some sort of peace is coming. Strength. There's a lot of strength in this. Justice is before us. Judgment up in the air about what to do. Gathering of people. Maybe this is other nations. There's still fighting going on here, but it's much better. Hold on, let me look real quick. Tell me what I can tell everybody. Edgar Casey, if you're with me, talk to me, tell me. We know you can't give exact measurement, but what is the final on this war? Tell us what we can see. Tell us what. I just got a hit on Israel. Okay, I'm just going to say it. I don't know if it's true. It's not wishful thinking because I wasn't even thinking of this. But I'm feeling Netanyahu gets taken out. Something to do with Netanyahu and his militia gang. Some sort of takeout is going to happen or some sort of underground terrorist action. It's not regular citizens, it's them. He might get kidnapped. But when he's out, that's when things calm down. Trump is going to blame Iran. They know of it, but they're not really part of it. It feels like another underground group does. Oh, it might even be Netanyahu's own people. They're not upset about this happening. They might leave him alive so they can put him on camera and say, stop the bombing. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm getting. This Ace of Cups tells me there's an offer of peace. There's an offer of peace. And the way these cards were showing, there's an offer of peace. Give me just one card to confirm what I'm hearing right now. It's doing big city again. What do you want me to know? Societal collapse. That's Israel. That's Israel. That's Israel. Iran feels more focused, but I feel Iran isn't going to be able to rest because their people on the inside, the nasty ones, the ones that want to hurt people or be cruel and say, you got to live our way or take the highway, those people will be gone. Everything's going to turn around. Yes, thank you. They just said, tell everybody that they will witness the new beginning. I see threats of nuclear, but nothing being able to take off. Okay, I'm just going to say it. You can remind me later if what I said was true. And, you know, I've been kind of hinting towards this, but I definitely feel Putin's next after Netanyahu. Netanyahu will not come back alive. I heard that. And I heard that Putin's taken out suddenly. And they're trying to keep it quiet, but he's gone. That's what I got. Hi, Cindy. I see Netanyahu wanting to use nukes. Maybe that's when the underground comes in and takes him out and makes him do television shows as a prisoner. Because did you see him up there just high and mighty? Hi, Sherry. Thank you. Telling everybody, anybody that's anti-Semitic needs to pay, and you better look out. It's like, what? Who the hell are you telling anybody to pay? Thank you, Ironweed. But you know, if you're not a fan of Mohammed, well, that's okay. But you got to be a fan of him and his gang of 8. He's not in Germany anymore. He's been filmed over there in Israel. But yeah, he goes back. Trust me, he can't get away. Yeah, you guys, you don't need to put free anymore. Oh, there's 3,000 in the room. We've picked 2 winners. Thank you, though. We'll be doing this next month, same time. So you don't need to be doing that. And also, when you come on, you're a subscriber. You can't come on this page. It's got the block. Unless you're a subscriber, you can't come on. So you don't have to worry about putting pound free anymore. Thank you guys for coming. Now hit me up. What do you want to know? I'm feeling sizzling, you guys. Psst. I'm feeling sizzling. What do you want to know? I'm getting hits. Elizabeth, I see what you're saying. You're probably thinking of the Boston Marathon. Yeah, you're probably thinking of the Boston Marathon because we had that horrible thing that happened. And we can even think of 9/11. But is the hits in the United States, and I see a couple of hits, going to be from Iran or from Israel? One is from Iran, one is from Israel, and Israel will try to blame. Jesus, why do they keep doing that? Saudi Arabia is already pissed at hell. They bombed Saudi Arabia places and try to blame it on Iran. So nobody trusts them anymore. Did I say thank you to RR? Yes, I did. There's a lot of military, unfortunately. These poor women that are writing on these social media. My husband's in the Navy. We haven't heard anything. It's just horrible, you guys. And do you think America's going to forget? Hell no. Remember what I told you when all this started to happen? And I said, if he starts a war and blood is shed, that's the end of him, because people will want to see him hanged, so to speak. So this is working so bad against him. And it's interesting how they just, it's like that crap, he craps his pants and people are trying to act like there's nothing to smell here. So I feel Trump will try to escape. Then he'll be arrested. Barbara said, will Lyndon ever meet Gerard? I don't know if it's meant to be. Did I ever tell you guys about that time I had a girlfriend and we went to see Saturday Night? It was the second show that John Travolta did. It wasn't Fever. Thank you, Patricia. It wasn't Saturday Night Fever. It was the second one. It didn't take off very well, and John Travolta was in it, and he was still a dancer. And we went back, and I had my cards with me, and I threw for her, will she ever meet John Travolta? And it said no. I threw for me, fully expecting it to say no. Will I ever meet John Travolta? And it said yes. And I was like, holy cow. So I went to visit my friend who was the drummer for Kenny Loggins at the time. And he was drumming in Beverly Hills for a new upcoming singer-songwriter named Richard Marx. And at that it was a little club. At that club was Barry Manilow, Lionel Richie, John Travolta. John Travolta at that time's ego was too big. He could barely put his head through the door. And he parked his white Rolls Royce in the front of the building. And he walks in, and his entourage were all little gay guys. But he was with Marilu Henner. She was as sweet as can be, just talking to people, being very kind. He was like, but I got to meet him. You know, I went down the line and you got to meet him, but he was just, but when we were going home with my friend Triss, I said, I got to call my girlfriend. I said, hey, guess what? And him and his wife were sitting there. Hey, guess what? I met him at Beverly Hills. I met John Travolta, or some people call him John Revolta. And I said, "Oh my God, girlfriend," he was all over me like a cheap suit. And Tristan and his wife was like, "What?" And I went, "Shh." Okay. Anyway, yeah, he was a very good looking guy back in the day. Staying Alive. That was it. That was it, girlfriend. Okay, here we go. Hold on. In the news, it's confirmed Russia is giving Iran intel. Of course they are, on U.S. troops. I don't see him giving up intel. In fact, people are telling him that Russia is, he still has ways of getting our information. He is the most backstabbing SOB you've ever met. He is a nothing burger. He's about, I'm telling you, as soon as Netanyahu goes down, watch Russia. Okay. Cuba. Let's take a look at Cuba. That's a good one. What's up with Cuba? I heard they're just really struggling. I don't like to see anybody, and we let our own Puerto Rico, we let our own people struggle, especially with that a-hole in office. Mexico's sending things to Cuba to help them survive, rice and beans and things they need so they can eat and feed their children. Give us the outcome for Cuba. They're desperately reaching out and nobody's paying attention to them except for Mexico. Even by October, the cycle changes, okay? I've often saw, look at this, Destiny's Choice. I see Cuba being a beautiful place that people want to go back there. People used to take holidays there, but they're down in the dirt right now, and they're about ready to raise. But it's no help, no thanks to Trump. I always get spam risk. How about you guys? I always get spam risk, and they're always about the loan. Your loan has been approved. Like what? I'm going to loan you a kick in the ass is what I'm going to loan you. Okay. This is a good one. I saw that. Hey, listen. Let's see if that guy that broke his hand, is he going to struggle? Is there something coming up for him? Yes. Oh, there'll be charges. He's going to sue him and win because it was deliberate. Somebody says he knew what he was doing. Tell me about the guy. Bad news. He's a bad news bear. They're asking the guy to walk away, the Marine, but he's not going to. He's got the people behind him. He's coming out of a period of distrust. Look at this. He's shocked to see America become what it's become. Here's a group of people helping and even sue. This is wonderful. He is definitely going to come out on top. Give it till about maybe by March. He's got a little chunk of money. But I'm telling you, you guys, I've said this till the cows come home. I see by the end of this month, all of those people gone. Either because they're in jail or they've taken out or kidnapped. By the way, the deck I'm using was Trish James Oracles. If you type in Trish, Trishe, James, Jaimes, Oracle, it's her prediction deck. She's got a lot of other decks that are so much fun. Trish, let's throw your deck and see about this guy that got his hand broken. I don't see that guy going to jail for it, but I do see him being served with papers. He might try to hide even. He might try to hide. Nobody's going to be able to hide after they take Trump out. Okay. I hate to say this to you guys. Irene just said this, asked this. I hate to tell you guys, but it came as a flash. I was always standing up for Merrick Garland because I thought he was a good man. And I do feel he can't make any decisions. He's on that Libra thing that he sits there unable to move forward. And he was being talked to behind closed doors from Israel. Israel was, because he was Jewish, Israel was talking to him and telling him, you can't proceed with anything with Jeffrey. Keep it on the down low. I just feel that. I don't think he took money, but I feel like he had to be loyal to his nation. That's what I'm getting. Oh, Canada's sending supplies to Cuba. Oh, this is a good question. Will ex-Prince Andrew serve time in prison? Will ex-Prince Andrew serve? Oh, he's very upset. There's going to be some sort of a... Is he going on a hearing, or is he going to be in a hearing, you guys? I see him sitting before. Oh, it's just so much. He's thinking about Harry Carey, but he's not going to do it. You know, it's so funny because he was so mean to servants and so mean to people. In fact, when the king said, you servants don't have to stay with him. If you don't want to be with him, you're welcome to go. And they all, most of them, but I think one or two exited. Nobody wanted to be around because he just wasn't a kind person. He's the type that would kick the dog. And apparently his ex, who was also living off the fat of the land with Epstein, she's in a different country, living in some beautiful palace. She would just sell her soul, anything she has to do to survive. Will ex-Prince Andrew serve time in prison? Ooh, they're going to throw the book at him. You can't even imagine the things that are going to happen. Oh, God, picking up the pieces, walking away. He's been shunned. His brother would like that to be enough, but the country is saying, no, it's not enough. He's got heart problems right now. The tower, either his heart bursts or he's in prison. I'm going to tell you right now. And he has no money. He's broke. Woo! Ooh. Bam. Okay. Thank you guys for these good questions. Will Mexico ever get rid of cartels? Somebody's saying yes, but they've been around for a long time. I have some friends that had horses that knew of cartels that were doing races. They're involved like the mafia. But you know, we got rid of the mafia pretty good. I'm going to use my Trish James. Well, Mexico, I see her. I see the president of Mexico determined to do this. And they've got intel working all over the place. See, she's mad at the United States because most of the guns they got were from the United States. A surprise attack. So they may go in and just take them out. New rules and policies. So they may just go in and take them out. So I would say yes, but I'm seeing it's going to take a couple of years. How's Joe Biden's health? Lisa asked. Excuse me. It's that stuff in the air. I had sore throat for a couple of days. I don't know if I'm coming or going. Okay. How Joe's Biden health. Let's take a look at our Joe. He talked at the Reverend's funeral with Clinton, and Obama gave the best speech, and President Harris, they called her President Harris, which is true. And he was Joe. He was Joe. He still could have been president, I'm telling you, but he was a little bit off. You know, he'd start talking about one thing and trail off, and he always had the reputation of doing that. I know it frustrated Obama because he couldn't keep him on task. He was always going off, you know. Oh, and that reminds me. If you need to know who won free readings, it's Fly Girl 108 and Spirit Inkling. And we'll do this again next month. And I'll announce the members. Nicole will pick those too. Okay, here we go. T-Jeff said, I missed a lot. I had lunch. Ooh, girls, lunch sounds good. Tell me how Joe's doing. His cancer's terminal, but I see them, because he's old, it doesn't move as fast as it would if he was young. So he's a little bit under the weather. But he's with God at all times. God loves him. God is with him. His family loves him. Look at that. He's a good man. May I say, it breaks his heart to see what Trump's doing, but he's also glad he's not in office right now with this craziness. Honor and recognitions. He's really enjoying some grandkids. There's some grandkids here that he really enjoys being around. You know, you guys, this is transitioning. So I don't know what his diagnosis is, but eventually it'll catch up to him. But he has a very peaceful transition. God love him. Okay. Oh, who's this? Thank you, formerly podcast host. Who is this? LK. Usually watching during my 4 a.m. wake up time. So happy to catch you live today. Thanks so much. Oh, you're so welcome, sweetie. And thank you for the donation. Gray Matters. Thank you so much. You know, my baby's got a birthday coming up. March 15th, next Sunday. Listen, once they hit in their 30s, I can't even go there. My baby girl is 50. It's like, what the? I can't hardly believe it. But boy, I sure love Joan Rivers, when she said, what about these women trying to look younger? So is Joan Rivers. Joan Rivers had all kinds of work done. She said, I won't say any names, Goldie Hawn. And then she says, you know, Goldie the other day says to me, I can't believe I have a grown-up daughter. And she said, I can. That was when I think I posted it on my thing. And then the other thing she said was, the host said, oh, it's really hard for older women to get jobs. She said, you're telling me, she said, right now I'm doing a commercial for a product that helps with vaginal dryness. And everybody's like dying, you know. And she says, oh my God, I suffer with vaginal dryness. I even have camels pacing me. She said 5 Jewish men booked my uterus to go in my uterus rather than go to Miami. And that's doing fine. She's dealing with some legal stuff with the estate, but she's doing fine. And her and I will get back on board. She's just been busy. Okay, hold on. Hold on, you guys. Okay, here we go. Oh, thank you, Lucy. I know it's so hard to believe. My parents got to a point they didn't even want to acknowledge our birthdays. No, no, no. I already picked. Yeah, poor Brittany. She got a DUI. You're not going to hear anything about it. She's going to be okay, but she's mentally not good, and she's got to stop drinking. Maybe Iran will only talk to Condi Rice. Iran just doesn't trust the United States, not at all. They were telling the truth when they thought they were coming to an agreement, and then he just turned. That's because of Netanyahu. This is Netanyahu's war. Jasmine Crockett has a future absolutely guaranteed. Absolutely guaranteed. She's a goat. She's still in Congress. And I think she could, let me just throw really quick. I think she could turn around and take Ted Cruz's job. Because Republicans are going to be crap, especially after the United States starts getting hit. And with some stuff from other terrorist action, and they're going to blame Trump. Yeah, Nicole, I told everybody you were at a baseball game. I showed him that picture. Who's that kid that stands taller than Jaden? Okay, let's look. Jasmine Crockett. She's looking at ideas and things to do. Remember, you guys, when you had me throw to see who was going to win? The guy with the T name or Jasmine? And I did the 3 cards on him and did the 3 cards on her, and it showed clear as day he was going to win. And I was kind of disappointed because I wanted her to win. And her card showed a lot of stress and stuff. So I think she's going to go through some hardships, but at the end, she will be a winner. She's very good with her judgment. Oh, look at this. She might even be a future president or vice president. She's wonderful. Okay. Condoleezza Rice, this is interesting, was at the White House and met with Trump and Susie Wiles. Have they called her in for help? Yes, they have. Is there a plan to get rid of him? Get rid of who? I don't think Condoleezza Rice, she's coming in probably to give them a warning. Hold on. She's not going to say no. But she is giving them frank advice and saying, you know what, get out while you can. She knows more people are gone. They're talking in Germany. They're asking for blood. There's all kinds of bodies going to Germany. It's really bad, you guys. It's really bad. These moms, having to worry about this. Is Putin going to spill the beans on Trump because he attacked Oren? I see, if you guys looked on social media, there's awful videos coming out of them with these young little girls, all blonde, putting things around their eyes. It's terrible. Now, I can't tell you if this is true or not. This is entertainment purposes only. But one of the reasons Epstein called him the most evil man in the world is because he says he slept with his daughter, Ivanka. Bryce is a hawk. Okay, hold on. I want to read that. She helped plan invasion, totally on board with Israel. Oh, geez, that's a shame. But I see her telling him not to think that he's got it all in check. That's what I see him saying. Oh, no. She's in the military, Lillian? I don't see her really helping them out. I don't see Rice being able to help them out. I see her kind of surprised that they went in with blinders on and they really don't know what they're doing. Don't believe everything you read. I can't tell you. He took no corporate money. And what does it take for anybody just to put on the internet? He took $53K. I have to see the paperwork to believe it because he took no corporate money and he was bragging about it. I can't believe we did this and we didn't take a dime from corporate. I do see the prince, but I don't see him being able to get it out because the authorities in the UK will stop him from spilling the beans, even though he says he'll spill the beans. His is more about money. Selling trade secrets. That he will spill the beans on. Oh, Spirit England. Hey, girl. Don't forget to write on the grindle9103@gmail.com. Let me tell you something. Thank you, Ness. Let me tell you something. You guys are going to be shocked. Maybe not so shocked because a lot of us psychos told you this. But the absolute turnover that's going to happen, he thinks he's going to be able to stop voting. He will not. I don't know why I can say this with total authority from the guides, but I see, and that God, thank that Mark Elias that fights tooth and nail. And I even see a Supreme Court action telling Trump you can't do that. I see people being able to vote. And even if he deterred some of the voting, so many people are going to vote. He's got no way to go. Wait till you see the march. Wait till you see. Listen, I'm going to start posting. A lot of you should hold on to your money, though, as best as you can, to feed your families and stuff, because everything's going up in price. But I see like people asking for donations. Make sure they're legit, like for buses to drive people certain places for marches. So, yeah. Oh, hell yeah. Those No King's March is going to be bigger than it ever was. God bless our military families, you guys. Angel of Light and Mercy surround the beautiful military and their families. And then that bigwig, the bigwig saying this is an act of Jesus for Trump because he's going to say he ain't saving nothing. Those men, there's already some men under arrest that are in the military that refuse to go out. There's a lot of, they're sending out paperwork that they don't, because he has no plan. Why would you go lose your life over something with no plan? I watched a video posted by a woman in Texas yesterday. She was just sobbing because what she had to go through to vote. Oh, yeah. But don't worry. They're going to stop this. And let me tell you, more votes will come in. As it is, if you looked at the Paxton voting and the, who's the other guy running? Anyway, and you looked at Jasmine and Tallarico, the votes for them were 1,000-fold compared to Paxton and the other one. So TikTok. Let's look at Gina. Hold on. Gina Hinojosa is the new Democratic nominee for governor. What are her chances against Abbott? I'll do like I do, 3-3. Okay, here we go. Let's do Gina first. Are you ready? Success, success, and bada bing, bada boom. Let's look at Abbott. My throat's acting up, you guys. My nose is plugging up as we speak. Interesting. Karma, money under the ground, and something out of the blue. Maybe something out of the blue about him. You know who else I feel going straight downhill is DeSatan. Battling. I think maybe even, I think she's going to be able to out-talk him or out. I don't know what this is. There might be a lot of money given to her because people want her to win. So this could be good. Right now, I'm calling her. Okay, you guys? Condi Rice hates Trump. She's been on Rachel Maddow many times, horrified by his lawlessness. I totally believe that. I didn't feel her going in there wanting anything. I feel her going in there to let him know you're on the wrong path. That's what I feel. Talk to my guides. Oh. Hi, Julie. Switz. Oh, that's a good one. Well, Andy Ogles and Marsha Blackburn in Tennessee be voted out. Tennessee's pretty red still, but let me look. Texas, I could see more turning purple or blue than Tennessee. Although a lot of farmers out there lost a lot. Andy Ogles. Let me look at, I don't know who Andy Ogles is. Let me look at Marsha Blackburn. Will she be voted out? Will she be voted out? There's some powerful people. It's not saying no. It's not saying no. Is there a man running against her? Oh, damn it. She might win. How about Andy Ogles? Oh, okay. Somebody just said Andy's the one that tried to get Trump a third term. He won't be alive long enough. Andy Ogles. He looks worse. He'll have trouble getting money. He's stuck in a place, not very good. A lot of information coming in about him. So he's got less of a chance than Blackburn. Anja, I don't see an earthquake dividing the Mississippi River. Not just now. I don't see it. Oh, she's running for governor? Yuck. I was thinking more of her seat. Isn't she a senator? Will Marsha, let me use these cards. Will Marsha Blackburn win for governor? Marsha Blackburn win for governor. Marsha Blackburn win for governor. Damn it. Keep getting that big city thing. So these are weird. I get backstabbed, betrayal, backstab, and then I get good outcome. Well, maybe the good outcome is because she doesn't win. Tell me with my Morgan Greer. Will Marsha get to become the governor? I can't see her in the seat. Become governor. The reverse with the devil. Too much stuff's going to come up about her. She's got the 10 of Cups reverse, which is a bad card. Here's her. Here's the money. She got enough money coming in. The angels. Now, look at the governor. The outcome is no. The outcome is no on governor. I was thinking she was running for senator again. Interesting. I think sometimes the way you think when you ask the question, that counts. You got to be careful. Bye, Jeffrey. How's the work doing? Good. I bet the weather in Laguchi Beach is beautiful. Oh, I don't see a major earthquake in Utah right now. I see New York City being targeted for some underground stuff. I see some of it being stopped, but the FBI, they can't really do their job when they keep getting rid of the people who are good at terrorist action and good with Iran and everything. They can't do anything. They're firing people. Do me a favor. I'm going to do prayers tomorrow. If you have a prayer request, write grindle9103@gmail.com and put in the subject prayers and then post your prayers, and we'll do them tomorrow or Monday. I like this. You guys, I've been watching that RFK story, and they took some artists' portrayals to make it a better story. I can't quite believe everything on there with Carolyn Bessette, but I think I told you on one of my shows, there is if you Google it, there is a diver from the Marines that found his body, all their bodies. They went down and found them, and that propeller was still going when he hit the ocean floor. I don't know if some of you guys know this, but that when they went to move the body to try to get him out of there, they realized that his top half of his body left and the bottom half, actually his legs were gone. They asked him to look for the legs and they never found them. So who knows where the legs went. And her too, apparently her skull was crushed pretty bad. So it was a horrible, horrible death, but they didn't feel it. It was instant. It was instant. Yeah, they had a really tense relationship, Bear's mom. So I don't know if they were on the way. I haven't watched that. We still have a couple more episodes. Let's see what this nice person has to say. I am afraid. So there's a man running for state senate. Doesn't say where, what city, what state. A very red district next Saturday. You know what though? I'm afraid, can you at least give me the name, the first name of the guy running? Yeah, Daryl Hannah didn't like the way this show presented her, like she wasn't liked, you know. She's Daryl Hannah, as far as I know, is a very nice person. Oh, I know that Virginia Fox, she's 80 some odd years old, running again. China and Russia would love to escalate the war and take out the USA and Iran. China's helping Iran every way they can. Thank you. You guys rock. Let's look what happened to that missing general. I feel he was depressed. I'm not feeling kidnapping. He's with the angels as we speak. I feel he like took off or he was depressed and might have done Harry Carey. But I'm not feeling untoward or something bad happening. I'm feeling anxiousness and depression. His family could probably tell you the truth. They'll find him, by the way. Okay, you guys. We've been on an hour. Wow. And almost 6,000 in the room. Yeah, Neil Young. I heard they're very happy. Daryl, Hannah, and Neil Young are very happy. She's, as far as I know, inside businesses, she's a very nice person. She loves people. I was always fascinated. She lost that finger and she wears a prosthetic whenever she does movies. Beware the Ides of March, said Shakespeare. Yes, Hillary and Bill were truthful in her deposition. Let's look. One last question. Lisa asks, will they choose a Democrat to take McConnell's place? Somebody just said yes. Let's double check it. New beginnings, changes. Looks like a man. People are toasting the cups. You know, it might be somebody that goes in there. McConnell's getting ready to go, by the way. He's getting ready to cross. But he doesn't, whoever this man is, he's running against a tough ship because I'm not seeing the support with money and stuff. If McConnell could change it, he changed it already, that if he dies before he leaves office, they have to replace with another Republican. He's trying to, if he could do it, he'd set the limits. You have to have a Republican. But here we got to go, you guys. He's done nothing for his constituents. He's not doing a thing for them. He had one of the worst numbers. He went in some other people too at 20% likability, and yet they win. That's because the whole thing is a setup. Yes, I definitely see places like Kentucky and stuff going blue. Okay, you guys, I love you all. I'll be back. I'll do prayers tomorrow. Bye, you guys. Bye, Lisa. Thank you to all my people that came in. Bye, Ness. Bye, Lucid. Bye, Ron Unconditional. Thank you guys for coming. Cheers.